Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is October 5th, 2021. I want to talk about trading preparation, what stocks we can buy today. So with that, let's jump in here and do a quick market update and then jump into the stocks we can buy right now. So with that, let's jump in here. Think or swim from TD Ameritrade. So as you can scan through here, we got S&P 500 futures after dropping yesterday big time. It's showing some strength here. I like the formation of the candle here. It's a hammer. It indicates there is a lot of buying pressure here. That's a good sign. So I'm expecting a good day today, and we'll see how it goes. And as usual, be a little careful because of late the trend has been down. So look, mostly lower lows. Be careful. Buy quality names. We will talk about some quality names. We can buy those and go from there. And similar story as you look through here, Nasdaq 100. Nasdaq is also sliding down, as we call it. I think the growth names are going out of style of late. So we will look at some of these great growth stocks and buy them slowly into the weakness. Nasdaq also is showing some slight bounce here. That's a good sign, and it's also forming a hammer pattern, which indicates a turnaround from these sold off levels. And then we got here Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's also showing some weakness of late, as you can see here. Yesterday was a brutal down day, and today it's also showing a nice hammer pattern, indicating a reversal today. And then we got here Russell 2000, similar story here. After a couple down days here, it's also showing some strength here. I think stock market will be a little bit in the positive territory today, barring some really bad news that can happen from time to time. So overall, market should see a small bounce today. That could be a good time to really buy some quality names. So with that, if you look through the bonds here, let's see what bonds are doing. So as you see here, bonds are also showing some little weakness yesterday. That's a good sign for overall stock market. And if you look at the interest rate here, interest rates are also not doing much. This is also a good sign for market, broader stock market. And oil is doing great. I think this is causing some inflation fears. I would not be buying oil here. I would wait for a little pullback here. And gold, as you scan through here, gold has a little bit down day here. I'll be a buyer of gold if gold dips. Buy some quality names like ABATIC Gold or ticker symbol GOLD or GDX and GLD. Those are also good names. So with that, let's jump in here and look at stocks with a huge price drop in last 5 days. Before that, let's get into stock news here. So as you look through here, we got a couple names here. We got TNYA, ELYM, ADGI, which dropped big time yesterday. These are all great stocks to buy according to this research here from Tip Ranks. Tenaya, it's a biotech company. Basically trying to prevent heart disease here. And we got ELYM. It's again unmet needs around central peripheral nervous system. And we got Adagio. It dropped big time yesterday. It's into COVID-19. Stock is completely oversold. I would recommend buying slowly and hold a small position in ADGI here. And then we got Appian. It was a great growth stock. Stock goes up and down tremendously at times. Right now, stock is sliding yesterday. I think it's a good time to buy a little bit of this Appian, which is into low code type environment. Helps to really streamline your business process. And then you got ASML. ASML is a great semiconductor play here. Stock has dropped significantly. I think it's time to look at ASML and own a nice position here. I think it's going to do very well. And then we got here EXPI, one of my favorite real estate play here. I think EXPI stock is right now it's beaten down big time. And as you can see here, the revenue has increased, income has increased, and also revenue is over $1 billion right now. I think we should take advantage of sell-off in EXPI and buy some EXPI at these levels here. And then you got Guardian Health GH. Looks like they got too much debt on their balance sheet, but I've been trading Guardian Health from time to time. Whenever it's sold off big time, like right now, it's always good to buy a little bit of Guardian Health, and it works its way around as you go forward. Typically, I don't like to buy the stocks with huge debt, but this one seems to bounce back. And then you got one of my favorite stock, InMode. I think this is a great medical device type play. It's into invasive aesthetic medical treatments like skin tightening. This is a trend around in the industry. The beauty treatments and plastic surgery, it's only going to improve as you go forward. I think InMode is going to stay there strong for a long time. So I recommend buying some InMode, taking advantage of this downturn here. It's one of those great growth stocks, has been doing great of late. Stock also had a split. I think it's good to buy some InMode here. And then we got here a few stocks here that Motley Fool thinks great stocks to buy. I agree with them. One is Redfin here. They're into digital real estate. And this company is really reinventing the whole digitization of real estate market. And it's got thousands of real estate professionals working with them. So I think we should take advantage of the drop in Redfin price here and buy some Redfin slowly. And then you got AMD here with the able leadership of Dr. Lisa Su. AMD has come back big time. Now it's not an underdog anymore. Intel is the underdog. AMD is a leader. So I would buy some AMD here and take advantage of this drop and rotation from technology into other areas. And it's also signed a deal with Tesla to power its infotainment systems. I think that's a very good news. So with that, I would recommend both Redfin and AMD into your portfolio. Now let's look at stocks with a huge price drop. As you can see here, we got here 5-day price drop. As you can see here, some of these companies like OMER, ADGI, HLBZ, they had a huge price drop in 5-day. That's very steep, as you can see. And many of these stocks have shown some bounce, as you can see here. That's what we should look for. When a stock drops a lot and shows a bounce, that could be a good sign for a turnaround here. That's why I think we should look at stocks like ADGI here with a small turnaround here, and HLBZ. And also you should look at stocks like EXPI. The way this chart is organized is by a big drop in 5-day stock at the top. OMER has dropped a lot, and then from there it's in the descending order. And look at what insiders and institutions are doing. Stocks like Circuit as an example, a stock has dropped a lot. Insiders have identified, hey, you know what, it's a great time to buy. Insiders are buying the stock of Circuit here. I would buy along with the insiders. I think that's a great one to buy here. And as you scan through here, ATER, both insiders as well as institutions are buying ATER. I would buy along with them. And you got LWLG here, $9 stock. As you can see, a huge institution buy and also high short ratio. I would buy along with them. And last but not least, I also like Latch. Latch has a high institution buying here. I would buy along with the institutions. And you got few more here with the institution buying like UPH, very low dollar stock, and ALT and RIDE. You could take a look at some of those and see if it's worth buying at these levels. So with that, also look at the rule of 40. Some of the stocks where we have green highlight in first column satisfy rule of 40, identified by quarter-over-quarter sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40. Those are some great stocks that you can buy. Take advantage of this downtime here and huge drop. For example, OMER, nice sales growth and gross margin, and we got same story with Bed Bath and Beyond, EXPI, RGNX, and so on and so forth. And also watch the short ratio here. Many of these stocks have got high short ratio, which means they can cause a short squeeze and provide a swing trading opportunity. And if you're a long-term stock buyer, I would recommend Editas here, a gene editing stock here, and it's gone out of style here, as you can see here. Has done good for 1 year still. I would recommend buying some gene editing stock here, Editas, and go from there. So with that, let's jump in here. As stock market drops, one thing I always love to do is go after the quality names here with the nice sales growth and gross margin. That will take you a long way and give you a nice boost for your portfolio. There is always stock news about some stock that's gone wild or gone crazy. But if you look at sales growth and gross margin, all these stocks here have got great sales growth and gross margin. These stocks will really stand against the time and do well from time to time. So with that, I would recommend you to look at these stocks where the rule of 40 is satisfied, sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40, as well as RSI levels are below 55. That tells you right now it's a good time to buy these stocks given they're oversold. Top of the list is EXPI, a digital real estate play here. Stock is at $38 and stock has given up so much in last 5 days, 10 days and 1 month. It's intriguing. I think we should start having a small position in EXPI and own it for a while. As you can see here, nice sales growth, nice gross margin, and RSI is pretty much low here. Even volatility is low. I think we could buy this and go from there. And it also has a low float. As you can see here, float is just 67 million shares. That tells you it does not have too many shares outstanding. And then we got your RGNX, $32 stock here. Nice sales growth, nice gross margin, satisfies rule of 40, also has a little higher short ratio. And as you can see here, there's a very low float here. I would recommend buying this one also, take advantage of this weakness. And we got few more here. LSPD, which is light speed, stock has been dropping off late. Nice sales growth and gross margin. Look at this. There's a triple digit sales growth and a double digit gross margin. That's a great story here. We should take advantage of this big huge drop here and buy some light speed. And we got few more here: ATER, Sorrento, Moderna, BNTX, and so on and so forth. Look at these, some of these names, they are completely oversold in a buying territory right now. Can give you a boost, quality stocks with the rule of 40. And as you look through here, we got stocks like KMX, CarMax. I think this can also do well. We got Tiger or Uptech, one of my favorite Chinese stock here. And Sprout, I like this social network company. Sprout here has done great in the past. Even up here has done 188% in 1 year. Off late, it's been dropping with the rotation from growth names into defensive names. I would recommend SPT, ASML into this weakness. And also look at BT, Bit Digital, a crypto play. This has been going up and down. Last 2-3 weeks ago, this was around $13-14. Now it's cut in half. I would buy some of this BT, take advantage of this drop here. Crypto will always make some big news. People are worried crypto will be wiped out, but I think it's good to buy some BT along with the other Bitcoin stocks like Marathon Digital, as well as the blockchain company, Ride Blockchain. So with that, let's jump in here and go into one more territory here. So typically, when the times are tough, when the stock market drops big time, we should look at quality names with a satisfies rule of 40 with great sales growth and great gross margin, and also look at the stocks with a low debt. it's always good to buy stocks with low debt, so that way we don't need to worry about a company going out of business. And also, we should also look at net margin positive companies. All these companies you see here, stock has dropped big time. There is a sales growth. There is low debt identified by here, debt to equity ratio here, and also positive net margin. Look at the net margin here. These companies have got positive net margin, which tells you, these companies are making money at the end of the day. So when the times are tough, we should look into these names here instead of stocks that are making some headway without too much fundamentals. So with that, we got EXPA at the top here, and as you can see here, there's a net margin positive. That's a good one. Stock is sold off. As you can see here, low RSI. And then you got Moderna here, same story. It's got a great growth, as you can see here, and also nice 50% net margin. I think we should take advantage of this huge big drop here. Moderna is not just a COVID-19 play; it's got a lot of cancer indications in its pipeline. I would love to buy some Moderna, take advantage of this drop here, along with the BNTX, which is also a vaccine play. And then we got few of my favorites like BTBT, TIGR, Star, even Growth Generation, a cannabis play, making money, positive net margin here, along with others like KLIC, TTD. PAGS is again one of my favorite fintech play in Brazil. Stock has dropped a lot. This is a great buy at these levels here. And we got few more here with Vipshop, FLGT, and so on and so forth. We should look at some of these names. I also love crypto stocks like Right Blockchain here. It's also a good play. We should take a look at that one too. So with that, this list is for you who want to be a little bit safe. Look at rule of 40, strong sales growth and gross margin, and also low debt. The company that can withstand the time and really stay solvent, and also net margin positive. So these companies will tick the list here. I think we should take advantage of this huge big drop and scoop up some quality names like the ones which are shown here. And next we'll look at one more. Many times folks want to be even more safer and go after growth. So for you, I have one more listing here. We got rule of 40 satisfied. Great stocks with the sales growth and gross margin, and also low debt. These are really low debt, as you can see here. Debt to equity is very low. On top of that, these companies have got net margin more than 10%. So look here, we got net margin 50, 52, great net margin. This is for you who really want to be safe. At the same time, you want the growth. I think you should go after these names here and buy them slowly into this weakness. This is one of the great opportunities stock market offers. Stock is on sale. Go after some quality names which will give you nice growth in the future and also low debt, as you can see here. So with that, top of the list we got Moderna, BNTX. Stocks have been dropping off late, as you can see here, and we got BTBT. Trade Desk, one of my favorite digital advertising play here. Fulgent, which is into testing and some of these medical device play here, and so on and so forth. I think we should take advantage of this. I've been investing in many of these stocks. I think they will do always come back and do very well. And some of the stocks which are beaten down, like Right Blockchain here, and Teradyne is one of my absolute favorite stock. It's into really into testing and whatnot, into semiconductor area. I think this stock will do great. And Facebook, Facebook is down off late, as you know. They're in the crosshairs with the whistleblower. I think it's time to slowly buy some Facebook. They are not new to these type of controversies. They have a way of coming back and going up. I would say slowly buy, no need to rush, because this downtime might continue for maybe a week or so. I would slowly buy. And AMD is a great stock. Lisa Su's able leadership. Anytime AMD is around 100, I would buy AMD. And we got few more here like BlackRock, Google, Viva Systems, one of my favorite stock here. They're into healthcare, information technology. I think they will do very well. We should take advantage of this huge big drop here. And Zoom, of course. I think Zoom is not going after 5.9 acquisition here. I think it could be a good one to buy slowly. I think the CEO Eric will find out a way to really grow as we go forward. So with that, I recommend these names for you who want to be safe and also want to have a nice growth. These ones are for you. So with that, when to buy and sell stocks, you might wonder. There are so many stocks. So from an entry point perspective, always look for RSI less than 55. At times like this huge sell-off, I think that will help you to identify a nice entry point and make sure on the balance volume is rising so that way you get the quality names. From an exit point perspective, make sure RSI is greater than 60. So that way stock is overbought at these levels and on the balance volume falling. If you're really contrarian, you can ignore some of these things here on the balance, but it's good to look at the trend and play with the trend. Also look for rule of 40. Great companies with the quarter over quarter sales growth and gross margin greater than 40. And also look at low debt. I've been showing a lot of companies with low debt today. They're the ones who will stay solvent and go strong. And look for some catalysts like short ratio, institution buying, insider buying. These could be good catalysts. And also in case of biotech stocks, a good pipeline of candidates also is a good catalyst. So with that, this is a quick cheat sheet for you. And if you're an option buyer, look at both RSI levels and IB percentile. Play on the bullish side with the call option, buying call option or selling put option, or on the bearish side with selling call option or buying put option. Look at these scenarios here that will serve you well. You want to be a bullish person when the IV percentile is a little bit low here. When IV percentile is low, buy call option, and when IV percentile is high, sell put option. Also pay attention to RSI levels. So with that, what we'll do now is we'll look at few stocks here in a little more detail and see if it is worth buying. So as you see here, this is the list of stocks here which has done great. Nice rule of 40, low debt, net margin. I will probably pick one or two here so that way you know how to look at the chart with some of these stocks here. First, I will take a little known company here, BT, Bit Digital, and let's go to Thinkorswim platform here and go to a chart. All right, so BT here, it's a Bitcoin play here into mining. As you can see, a stock has done great, right? Reached all the way to 19, came back here a couple of weeks ago. It was at 13, coming down again. Had a nice pop last 2 days. It's down a little bit. So as you look through here, IV percentile is 65. That tells you right now stock is volatile. Typically that happens when stock moves up and down a lot. That's when the volatility increases. And then we got DMI here, tells you right now stock is in a bearish territory with the red line above the blue line. On the contrary, on the balance volume is rising. That tells you even though stock is dropping, on the balance volume is rising. That's a very good sign. And look at the smart money here. Stock is down big time. Smart money is flowing into the stocks. That's always a good sign. So with that, I would recommend buying some BT at these levels and going from there. And many times you can get a cue on how stock might do by looking at the options market. If you look at the option market here, see here number of calls traded 30,000, number of puts traded 6,000. That makes the put call ratio 0.211. That tells you there is more upside to this company. In the options market, people are betting stock will go higher. That's why they're buying so much call option here. And if you look at options chain here, 108 days out, and if you scan through here, so see here the open positions here at 12.5, at 10 here, which is highest 626. That tells you even though price is at $7.59, people are betting this stock will go to $10 in 108 days. I think that tells you there is some positive sentiment in the stock. We should look at some of these numbers and play from there. And as you look through here, as you go into 18th February, I think numbers are even becoming bigger. We got a lot of option volume in $10, 12.5, and so on and so forth. I think that's why this is a good one. We should look at buying some of these BT into this weakness and go from there. And same story with the right blockchain. We should look at that one too. With that, let's go back here. As we look through here, we could look at few more stocks. Maybe let's look at one more here. And for that, let's go to Veeva System, VEEV, one of my favorite stocks in the medical device play. So Veeva Systems, as you look through here, let's go to the chart first. So as you can see here, stock has not done much in last few days. It's clearly in a negative territory below its 200-day moving average. And as you scan through here, implied wall is 37, which is the middle of the road here. And right now stock is bearish. Look here, there's a red line going up, blue line coming down, and the distance is pretty significant. That tells you this stock is squarely in the bearish territory. Chart is ugly. And on the balance, volume is negative, coming down, which typically happens when the stock drops like this. And check-in money flow is also going down. That tells you right now chart is ugly. So I think when you see a chart like this, you got to be contrarian and look at some of the fundamentals and just buy the stock. If I go back here, before I go, let's look at option chain here. If you look at the option chain, let me close this. See here, we got in this one there's a dead heat. So there's a call options 3,112, and we got put options 3,814. So more puts traded than calls. That tells you right now market is a little bit bearish on this, with the growth names going out of style. It's okay to have this scenario here where call options and put options traded equally. When the fundamentals are good, we should take it as a sign to get in, and that can be a great play. So with that, if you look through here, 108 days out here, and look at the option chain, so we can look at 279. That's the current price. So we can go higher. As you look through here, look at the volume here, 260, there is a high volume. And as you go in here, 330, there is a huge volume, 2000 shares at 230, actually 330 here, and one more high volume at 350. So you can see here folks are betting these stocks will go higher. And if you look through the put side here, open interest is a little bit lower. We do have some at 250 and 270, but as you can see here, the volumes or open interest on the call side is higher. So that's why I would take advantage of a quality name like Veeva Systems and invest, take advantage of the weakness. Look here, I mean there is a nice sales growth here, and debt to equity is ratio 0. That tells you there is a very low debt or no debt for this company. And we'll look at probably one more here. I love Teradyne stock. It's been a rocket ship. You should take a look at Teradyne and take advantage of this weakness. So TER. So Teradyne, as you can see here, nice looking chart, steady eddy. No need to worry too much about this company. You could buy, sock it away. Right now, as you can see here, stock in the bearish territory, the DMI chart indicating there's a good distance, red line on top, blue line on the bottom. Distance is significant, completely bearish right now. And as you can see, our chart is ugly. And smart money is trying to go into the stock right now. I would take advantage of that and buy some Teradyne here. And if you look through the option chain here, same drill here. Call options traded 316, put options 240. That tells you it's bullish here. There are more people betting the stock will go higher. And probably we'll look at one more and go from there. And for that, I will pick maybe EXPI and go from there. EXPI stock is dropped a lot big time. Look here, call option traded 5,800, put option traded 1,500. That tells you it's a bearish, it's a bullish right now. More people are buying call options. And if you look through the option chain here, as you look through here, look at the open interest here. Open interest is high at 30 here. A lot of people buying, in the money call option here. As you go higher, we got 50. This is 50 here. A lot of open interest at 50, and so on and so forth. That tells you people are betting the stock will go higher. And if you look at the chart here quickly, EXPI, nice looking chart. Stock has been trading sideways, and see here on the balance volume is rising. That's a good sign here. Check in money flow is negative right now, and RSI is also not doing great. I think chart is not great here, but on the balance volume is telling you, even though stock is dropping, on the balance volume is steady. That's always a good indication. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe to Raj Option Trading. Thank you.